Look at this, look at this, look at this. Here you go, Boo.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Boo, Sammy, Richard, Nancy, Goldie, Ziggy, Ringo, Eva, Hydrox, and Ditto, the Lucky Ferals.
It is 8:05 a.m. and here's Splash. This is where he slept last night on top of the sofa cushion. There's Simba, there's Stella, here's Boo, and Nancy is walking around. She was crying by the door, so I opened the door to see what's going on, and she flew upstairs so fast. I'm eating some breakfast right now, and I want to get everyone ready, like all the cats fed before 9 a.m. because that is when the painting company is supposed to be here to start power washing the house. Here's Nancy. Hey, Nancy. Oh, I hear Richard crying on the other side of the door. He doesn't like being separated from Nancy. You want to go downstairs, Nancy? There's nothing going on up here. So what happens is, I open the door, she ran up so fast, she runs through the hall and into the living room to see what's going on. And when she saw what was going on, she's like, oh, this is boring. There's nothing going on. All the cats are still sleeping, basically. They're all still relaxing. Let's go. There's Richard. Come on. No, you're not coming up. We got to go down and eat, okay? Come on, let's go downstairs and eat. Let's go downstairs and eat. There's Sammy. Come on, Nancy. Come on. Well, Nancy doesn't want to go down yet. Come on, Nancy. Richard's not going to be happy until he's reunited with Nancy, but they're not eating yet. I have to finish my breakfast. Then I have to get their food prepared. They're having primal raw nuggets today. It's about 10:15 a.m. and the house has been power washed. They told me it's not going to look much different because it's just to get off like any kind of superficial dirt. And they're going to be back in 2 days to start painting. Here's Boo and Simba, and all the cats did really well. None of them really freaked out much at all. When the area around the windows was being power washed, then they jumped off the cat towers. But other than that, everyone did really well. And at one point, I was sitting on the couch and I was just relaxing because I was up early and I'm just like really tired right now. And Stella came and she laid down on one side of me, and Boo came and he laid down on the other side of me. So I was like sitting on the couch with a cat on each side of my lap. It was so funny. And they stayed like that for a while. I guess they were comfortable also. It was just so comfortable to sit down on the couch. I could have taken a nap, but I didn't. And yeah, so now everyone's good. And we're done until the day after tomorrow. This is my kitchen window. And right now I have the blinds closed. And I'm charging some security cameras. And these are the pots that I used to grow cat grass with. And I realized something today because what I did was I went around the house and I made sure all of the window blinds were shut before the power washing just to make sure that the cats weren't going to freak out. And what I realized is that I like to keep all of my window blinds open during the day so I could see what's going on outside. And many people that I know don't do that. They like to keep their blinds closed all the time. And that definitely makes a difference with regards to how the inside of a house feels. I like how a house feels when there's lots of sun coming in the windows and when you could see what's going on outside. And I guess some people don't like that. They like more of like a cocoon type feeling when all the window shades and blinds and curtains are shut. But I also realized that one of the reasons why I know what's going on in my yard outside with regards to the cats and the wildlife is because I do like to keep the shades or the blinds or the curtains open. And by keeping them open, then I see what's going on outside. So if I'm walking into the kitchen, for example, and if I glance at the window, I could easily see if there's an animal in my yard. And I think that definitely makes a difference with regards to awareness of surroundings. So because I like to be able to look out of my windows, I'm more aware of the animals that are in my surroundings. I'm more aware of any stray or feral cats that might be in my yard. Whereas if I was living with the blinds closed, I would not be aware. And I think that is what goes on with many people. Now, I'm not saying never shut the blinds or never shut the curtains, because I do shut mine at night when, it's really easy to see into someone's house. If they have the lights on inside and their curtains are open, you can easily see in. So at night, I will shut the blinds or the curtains for any window that can easily be seen into. But there are quite a few people that never open their blinds or their shades or their curtains even during the day. I know if I take a walk down the street, I will notice that with many of the houses. It could be a beautiful day out, but they like to keep their blinds and their shades shut at all times. It's almost 11 a.m. I'm working on a video and a car just pulled up in front of my house. And there's 2 people in the car. I think it's 2 women. And they just started putting gear on. Like, I don't know what they're doing. They started putting some kind of clothing on. I don't know if they're going to be cleaning something. I don't know if they're going fishing. Look at this. What the heck is this? I don't know if they're cleaning the woods. Are these a bunch of volunteers that are going to be cleaning the woods? Because every so often we get volunteers around here that'll pick up trash along the woods. I don't know if that's what they're doing. I don't know if they're going to go clean like the water. I don't know. It's like a brook. I don't know if they're going to be cleaning debris from the storms. Like, did she just put on like some waders so they're gonna like wade into the water and clean out some of the just stuff, like the trash? What are they doing? This one is changing shoes into more of like a hiking boot, I think. I can't zoom in any farther. Here's Nancy. She wants to know what's going on also. I just saw that they have a net, kind of like a net that you clean a fish tank out with, but a large, bigger version of that. It's like 5-6 feet long, the handle. So maybe that's what they're going to be doing. Maybe they're going to be going and cleaning out that brook. They're gathering together down the street a little ways. It is 1:51 p.m. It is a beautiful sunny day today, and I'm sitting here working on my computer. I've been working for hours. As soon as I am done with what I'm currently doing, I am going to go outside and enjoy some sunshine. I'm also halfway through editing a video that I wanted to post yesterday, but it was taking me way too long to finish it. So I'm hoping to post it today, but I think I still have at least another hour or 2 of editing before I can post it. So it might not go up until tomorrow. I don't want to let this beautiful day go to waste by sitting in front of a computer all day. It's about 4:30 p.m. and there's Ziggy and Sammy. And that's Richard. He's in the hallway meowing at me. And I opened up almost every window in the house a little bit because it is so beautiful today. I went for a walk maybe like an hour ago, and I thought, yeah, I'm just going to walk like 30 minutes. Well, before you knew it, I was out there for like an hour. So that's how beautiful it is today. It's a little bit cold. I wish it was a little bit warmer. It's only in the 50s, but I'm very happy to see the sunshine. It is 7:15 a.m. and here's Boo. Good morning, Boo. Here's Splash. Good morning, Splash. Here's Stella. And here's Simba. All the cats are still very tired this morning because I got up early, and it's still early for them. The reason why I got up early is because the house is going to be painted today. They're supposed to start at 8:30 a.m. So I'm trying to get myself ready for my day and get all the cats fed before 8:30. I don't even know if the cats are going to eat because sometimes they don't like having breakfast if it's too early for their schedule or, for their routine. I'm really excited that the house is getting painted, but I really hope the painters do a good job. They're supposed to be spraying the house. Another company gave me a quote for actually painting the house with like brushes. And then this company is going to spray it. But this company gave me like a much more extensive estimate and outline of their work. And they were just like way more professional than the other company was. Then I got another estimate that was just like ridiculously priced. And so I decided to go with this company because not only did they have a good price, but they were also the most professional. They had the most documentation. They offered the most options. And they do have a very good reputation. They have a very high rating. So I'm hoping everything goes well. And I'm really looking forward to see what the house looks like with the fresh coat of paint on it and not all faded out like it has been. The one thing I am concerned about is the overspray, since they will be spraying the house instead of, painting it with brushes, that they protect everything that needs to be protected so that like paint doesn't get on things it's not supposed to get on. And I'm hoping that the days are not windy. I mean, it's been pretty windy lately, so I'm hoping it's not a windy day. Because if it's not windy, then, things will go better. And they're supposed to get it done in 2 days, like today and tomorrow, because the day after it's supposed to rain. So unless the forecast changes, I'm hoping they get everything done in those 2 days. In addition to painting the house, they're also doing all the trim, all the gutters, replacing the light fixtures. They're doing everything to make it look really nice. And I need to move my car out of my driveway because they say to move the car away from the house. Hopefully, whoever's parked in front of my house will move so I could move the car there. Look at your toes, Simba. Look at your little toes. Look at your little toes. Boo slept in his office last night. This is his favorite spot right now. He really loves this cat tower, and he loves looking out of this window. Boo's so funny because sometimes his favorite spot is in his room. Sometimes his favorite spot is on my bed. And right now his favorite spot is in these cat towers. He's saying he wants both of them. He loves both of these towers, not just that one. Okay, Boo. And he has been itching a lot less lately, which is good. His ears are even growing back in, the fur on the back of his ears. You're doing good, Boo. It is 8:12 a.m. and I just opened a can of food for the cats. I found some wellness food that I had in some smaller cans, some 5.5 ounce cans. They've never had this before. This is the minced variety. So I just split one can among the 4 of them just to see if they'll eat it. If they won't eat it, I'll give them something else. But hopefully they'll eat it because the chunks of this are pretty much the same size as the chunks of raw food that I make for the cats sometimes. I don't know where Splash is. I was just outside moving my car and taking some photos of the exterior of my house to have as like before and after photos. So I don't know where he went. The painters are supposed to be here in about 15 minutes. When I talked to the owner of the company the other day with the power washing, he said that it's probably going to be a crew of 2 people. So it's not going to be like a big team or anything, which is fine. And the weather is supposed to be nice today. I think it's supposed to get up into the 60s, and tomorrow is supposed to be 77, almost 80 degrees tomorrow. And then overnight, it's supposed to be in the 40s. So fingers crossed, right now, this is absolutely perfect weather to have a house painted. And I'm like one of their first jobs of the season. So I'm really happy that I remembered to get this done earlier in the year versus later in the year. Plus, then I could enjoy looking at a nicely painted house throughout the year. The lucky seven are eating their breakfast. There's 4 of them, and there's the other 3, and they're having Fancy Feast because I found a case of Fancy Feast that I had. So I was like, let's use some of it now. I can't feed Fancy Feast to the OG4 because it has been implicated in Boo's rodent ulcer in his mouth. And once I took them off the Fancy Feast, then that went away for him. But these guys have not had any issues with it, and once again, I'm just using up the 1 box of food that I have, and then I won't be purchasing it again. There does not seem to be an issue with the Fancy Feast Natural, though, because the upstairs cats had eaten that for quite a while and never had issues with that. It was just when they were eating more of the Fancy Feast Classic that there were issues. And this is the pate. I won't buy any other variety other than the pate because all of the other varieties are just way too high in carbs. If they eat all of this, I could give them some more food. I gave each one about 3/4 of a can. Because with canned food, sometimes I don't know if they're going to eat it or not. This was breakfast for the lucky 7, 6 cans of Fancy Feast. This is why I'm so happy I'm able to make my own cat food. So I don't have to deal with all of these cans every day. Now this is just breakfast, 6 cans. It would be another 6 or 7 cans for dinner. That's a lot of cans to go through in a day. Look at Nancy. She's waiting to go upstairs. I don't know who she sees. She obviously sees someone underneath the door. What are you looking at, Nancy? It is 9:10 a.m. Here's Boo. Nobody's here yet. I was told that they're going to be here at 8:30 today to start painting. It's 9:10 and nobody's here yet. Here's Nancy. I was just outside talking to the painter. They got here about 5 minutes ago. And he said he's been painting for 30 years. So, like, that's what he does. And they're starting to tape off like some of the trim and the windows and stuff. And I just went over everything that should be covered so it doesn't get any paint on it. But I'm definitely hoping that there is no wind today and no wind tomorrow, because that'll make it a lot easier for them to paint the house. And fingers crossed they get a lot of work done and everything's good. It's 9:40 a.m. and I've just gone around the house and I've shut all the blinds and I've pulled the curtains shut except for the dining room. But once they finish taking the outside shutters off, then I'm going to shut the curtains in the dining room. So we're going to be pretty much shut into the house today as far as like windows being closed. Here's the living room. I just shut the curtains and look at this. I'm pretty sure that's Nancy. She has to see what's going on. Those are the shutters they just took off this window. They are vintage 1950s shutters, and they're supposed to be getting painted also. So hopefully everything will look really nice when they're done. All of the curtains and all of the blinds on every window has been shut right now. I don't think I've ever had this like this. Maybe when the roofers did the roof. That was probably the last time they shut all the blinds and curtains. Here's Ziggy. She's like, what's going on? It appears that they are going to seal the windows anyway. It looks like they're going to put paper on the windows. Can you see Nancy? She's being so nosy. I don't know if you could see it, but right here, that's where the painter guy is. He's taking the shutter off. And Nancy has to watch. She's like, what's going on?
That's what they did to the garage window, because today they're just painting the body of the house, the blue. So they're going to tape off all the windows. And right now they're taping off the door. I can't believe how nosy Nancy is. I just walked in and she was like practically standing up on the window. It is 10:30 and there's Simba. And they covered one of the windows in this room, and the window in Boo's room, and the kitchen, and the back door. Now they're working on the other side of the house. They're doing the other kitchen window. I have windows on all four sides of my house, which is very, very nice. So I always get a lot of light. And because I have like everything shut, I am getting so sleepy. Like I just want to lay down and take a nap. I think that's what happens when you don't let the sunlight in. And maybe that's why I have a lot of energy, because I have so much sunlight in this house. Like I have so much bright light during the day, especially when it's sunny out. And that really helps give you a lot of energy. So now that things are like shut off and darkened and dimmed, I'm like ready to take a nap, right, Simba? Here's Splash. He's underneath the bed, and guess who's under here with him? Richard. And they're behaving. Here's Boo. He's hanging out by the TV because I put the lizard video on for him since he can't look outside. Look at this. This is Nosy Nancy. So these curtains have been shut, but she has to get in there and see what's going on. What's going on there, Nancy? Who's outside? Here's Stella. She's laying on a dining room chair. And now they're covering the window that's right near her, where she's getting sunlight. The blinds are shut and she's getting light through the blinds. This is what it looks like if I open the blinds. Basically, the windows are covered with this brown paper. And I just went outside to look at the back and just to see what it looks like from the outside. And yeah, the back door is like sealed shut with this paper. So I guess they're going to do that with the front door also, which I kind of hate because I feel like I'm trapped in the house. And it's such a beautiful day. Like it's such a shame to waste beautiful days stuck in the house like this. But I have a lot of work to do. I need to edit a video and get it done. So I'm going to make myself a cup of tea and then get on with my work for the day. But I just had the craziest deja vu feeling. Like, I feel like I've dreamt this before. And that's happened to me in the past where I've had a dream about something. And then like a few years later, it actually happened. For some reason, I just feel crazy deja vu right now. And I don't know why. It's 12:15 p.m. Here's Nancy. There's Richard, and I can hear them doing something in the back, but I can't see anything because all of the windows are taped off, like they're all shut with paper. I hate not being able to see what's going on outside. It's 2:20 p.m. and here's Ziggy. She's on the back of the sofa cushion. And I've been laying here working on my laptop editing a video, and I literally fell asleep. Because it's a lot darker in here than it looks like on this camera, because this camera compensates. So I'm going to go around the house and I'm going to open all of the curtains and the blinds to let some kind of light in through all of that brown paper, because this is horrible. It's like the middle of the day and it feels like it's nighttime. So here's Sammy and here's Richard. Okay, that's a lot better. We can't see anything, but at least there's some light coming in. And look at this. Look, who's in here? It's Nancy. Hey, Nancy. She doesn't want to move. All right, I'll let her stay. And this is the front door. I have a storm door, so if I open, like, the main door, I'm not interrupting what they've taped up. I'm dying to see what the house looks like because I heard them spraying it. Here's Boo. All the cats have been taking a nap. I guess I fell asleep and took a nap with them. But what happened was I heard them spraying the house, and it was just like a very relaxing sound. I think that was another reason why I fell asleep. I could see out here they took the gutter off because they're going to be painting the gutters also. Can you see that, or is it blurry? It's 3:20 p.m. There's Boo, and I've moved back to the dining room table to try to get this work done. And Boo's not too happy that he can't look out the window. None of the cats are too happy about that. It's 4 p.m. and they're starting to take the paper off of the windows. And the garage is blue again. It's so nice. I don't know if they have to put another coat of paint on or if they did 2 coats. But I'm just really happy. So far it looks much better than it was looking before. Let's peek through the kitchen window. Look how blue everything looks again. This is called Jamestown Blue. This is a Benjamin Moore color, and they used Aura Exterior paint, A-U-R-A. It's supposed to be one of the best exterior paints as far as keeping its color, not fading, and just handling weather really well. It's 4:44 p.m. There's Nancy, and I just opened up the curtains. They took the paper off the windows. They're still cleaning stuff up outside, so they're not done yet, but they're almost done for the day. Here's Boo, and it feels so good to let some light into the house. I'm starting to feel human again, right, Boo? Yeah, feels much better with light coming in. It's almost 5 p.m. and this is what happens when I try to work. Stella demands pets. She starts poking me, and she keeps poking me until I stop and give her pets. Can you hear her purring? It's 5:20 p.m. and I think I just saw the painter's truck pull away. That is so weird. I thought they were going to knock on the door and say something about what the status is, but they didn't say anything. Here's Simba, and I just looked out the window, and sure enough, it was their truck. The house is blue again. It looks really good, and they definitely have to finish the trim. They have to do some touch-ups on the blue. Over here, the house is nice and blue. It's not faded. The only thing is they put 2 of the gutters back on wrong, but they're not done with that stuff, so they have to finish that tomorrow. I'll make sure that they know the correct way to put them back on. And the garage is nice and blue. So the house was at the point where it was really looking gray more than blue, but now it's looking blue again, so that's nice. They left all of the ladders here so they could finish working tomorrow. And then here is all of the paint. It's 6:53 a.m. and there's Boo. He woke up. I was going to show you that all the cats are still sleeping, but Boo woke up, which is fine. Here's Stella. Here's Simba. And here's Splash. And today I'm up early because the painters are supposed to be here soon to finish the house. Yesterday, I went outside after they left and they put 2 of the gutters on wrong. So one of the front gutters and one of the back gutters is on completely wrong. So I am not happy about that at all. And I have to let them know they put it on wrong. I mean, they must know that they put it on wrong because both of them look ridiculous. So that needs to be corrected today. I need to make sure that they correct that before they attach the gutters back onto the house. And they need to paint all the trim. I'm really happy with how the house looked yesterday. The main color is just so nice. It's blue again, and it looks really good. But there's a lot they still need to do. So it was definitely a bit stressful overnight because, the back of my mind is thinking, well, I hope they get it done right. And, they don't leave it like this. And, there's just a lot of little detailing that needs to be done. So hopefully they'll do that today and everything will be good. It's supposed to be nice weather today, sunny, in the 70s. Hopefully there's no need for them to paper over all of the windows today. I went to bed way later than I wanted to. I went to bed probably like 11:30, knowing that I needed to get up at like 6:30. But the problem was I woke up at 4:30 and then I couldn't get back to bed for like an hour. So I probably only had like 5 hours of sleep, which is not enough for me. It is 9 a.m. Here's Boo. He's back in his office. This is his favorite place right now. All of the cats have been fed. All of the cats have been brushed. Here's Stella on a dining room chair. She's waiting for me to sit down next to her and start my work day. And here we have Nancy and Richard. They want to make sure that they get window seats and can look to see what's going on outside, just in case the windows get blocked again today with brown paper. I don't think they are going to, but they don't want to take any chances. I went outside, took another walk around the house, and I took more photos. So what I did before anyone started painting was I took like before photos. And then midway through painting, I took a few photos. And then after they left yesterday, I took photos. So then this morning, I took more photos. I wish I took more photos than I did like yesterday because I only have photos of one of the gutters, how it should be put together. I don't have photos of the other gutter and how that should be put together. So hopefully we could figure it out based on the photos that I do have, because if we put that one together correctly, then whatever's left over should put the other gutter together correctly. So here's Ziggy. I need to do a lot of cleaning downstairs, so maybe I'll have some time to do it later. If not tomorrow. I definitely need to get to it this week. It's 9:05 and the painters just got here. So that's good. It's 2:26 p.m. and there's Boo. He's been watching them work through the window. They're putting the gutters back on the house. I had a discussion with them. I showed them photos of how the gutters are supposed to be put back on, so they fixed the issue, which is very good. They've been painting all of the trim today, and it looks really, really good. So they definitely should be done today. They're just working on a few other details. And yeah, I'm really happy. It looks so good. It's all coming together really nicely. And Boo's watching. It's 3:15 p.m. Look at what's going on here. So Nancy's on the right. Ziggy's on the left. And they're sleeping with their heads right next to each other. The painters are making a bunch of noise outside right now. I don't know what they're doing. But you see them? You see them? They're sleeping head to head. They have their heads together. Isn't that cute? This is potentially Mommy and her daughter. If Nancy's the mother, Ziggy's the daughter. That would mean that Ziggy's a mama's girl. Isn't that so cute? Look at the two of them. Nancy has her paw on the other side of the curtain. She's rubbing her head on the curtain. Why is she doing that? What is she doing? I think they're scraping something on the outside of the house. I think it's where the light fixture used to be. Hey Ziggy. Hey Ziggy. It is almost 4 p.m. and they're putting the shutters back on the house. It's making a lot of noise. The cats are like, what's going on? Of course, they just stopped once I turned the camera on. But I'm going to go put the electricity back on because I turned it off so they could replace the lighting fixtures outside. Now that they've done that, I could turn it back on. It is 8:45 p.m. Here's Nancy and Ziggy and Sammy. And they're in Boo's room. And they might have a slumber party in here tonight because I shut the door and they're hanging out in here. All the other
kittens, all the other members of the Lucky Seven are downstairs, but Bob is outside, and Sammy has been watching Bob, and they've all been enjoying some fresh air. The window was open a few inches. I just shut it because it's starting to get cold. I was out for probably like the past 2 hours. I went to Trader Joe's and I ran a few other errands, and now I have to feed the cats. So maybe it'll just be these two having a slumber party tonight. I don't know if Ziggy wants to go downstairs or if she's going to stay in here with them. But I don't know if they're going to stay in here all night either. Maybe they just want to stay in here for a little while. They see somebody. Who's Nancy looking at? I gotta shut the light. They're looking at Bob. He's walking around the patio. I don't have any cameras outside on the patio tonight because I haven't put them back yet since the painters left. I took all the cameras in when the painters were here, so I actually have to hang up a few more brackets where I had some of the cameras hanging, and then put the other ones where they were. So, are you guys going to stay in here or are you going to go downstairs? It's your choice. You going to have a slumber party in here? You going to have a jammy jam? Pajama jammy jam? Or are you going to go downstairs? You going to stay up here or are you going to go downstairs? They say it's like old times when they were smaller. They were little kittens and they were living in this room. All 7 of them when they were smaller cats. It is 8:30 a.m. and look at Simba. He's laying on this folded up sleeping bag. I don't know why the cats love doing this. They love laying on this sleeping bag. So I finally had the sleeping bag laundered and it's nice and clean. I got it back. I didn't put it downstairs yet. I got home late and I was like, I'm just going to toss it on my bed and keep it there for now. And I had it folded up like this. And first Stella laid on it. She was like the first one. She went right over to it, laid on it, just like you see Simba laying on it. And she was so comfortable on it, she didn't want to move. I was like, Stella, I got to go to bed. You got to move over. She's like, nope, I'm just going to lay here. So she slept on it one night. And since then, Simba's been claiming it and he's been enjoying it. I don't know why the cats love this sleeping bag. But when it was downstairs on the sofa down there, like all opened up, the kittens down there, the Lucky Seven, they love the sleeping bag. And now that it's been washed and up here, Stella and Simba have been enjoying it. I mean, Simba could be laying anywhere in the house right now, and this is where he wants to lay, on top of this sleeping bag. I guess it's really comfortable for them, and I also think it's very warm for them because it is a super warm sleeping bag, even though it's very old. Here's Boo, and he still loves his boxes. Like, every day he lays on his boxes. And I was just petting Boo and thinking he is such a big cat, especially compared to Sammy, Nancy, and Ziggy, which are the 3 smallest cats in the house. So I spent a lot of time with the 3 of them yesterday. And today I'm petting Boo and I'm going, oh my gosh, he's so big. Like, the OG4 are so much bigger than Sammy, Nancy, and Ziggy, for example. Those are the 3 small ones. Richard is almost the size of these guys. Ringo's probably the same size as these guys because he's the largest cat down there. But yeah, so much bigger. Boo is so much bigger than Sammy. He's almost twice Sammy's size. Here's Splash, and this is where he slept last night. He was in this cat tower. Stella was in the cat tower next to him, and then Simba and Boo were in the cat towers in the other room. So all 4 of them spent the night in cat towers. And I'm feeling really good today, much better than I felt the past 2 days. Obviously because the house painting is done, and yesterday all the issues that I had were resolved. So the issues with the gutters being on wrong, that was fixed. And then later in the day, I don't know if I mentioned it, but half of the shutters were on wrong. That was fixed. And then the other issue was with the exterior light on the front of my house. When it was installed, it wasn't working. So I was told to just wait to see what happens at night if it goes on, because it is one of those light sensitive lights that turn on after dark. So thankfully, yesterday when I was coming home, I went out and did some shopping last night.
the light was on. So I was like, okay, that problem is checked off. So now, as far as painting the exterior of the house, pretty much all the problems have been solved. So that was a massive project that is now behind me, and I'm really happy about that. Now all I really have to do is finish cleaning up outside, putting things back where they belong, because I moved stuff all around. I had to move everything away from the house, away from the garage, for them to have room to paint. I actually might not put it back yet for another few days because they do say that exterior paint needs a little while to cure. So I'm not going to lean anything against the house or anything. I'll probably put the cat shelters back underneath the little alcove where they were. And then I can start thinking about doing some painting inside of the house. I've been putting it off because A, I haven't really had time to do it, and B, I've never painted inside with 11 cats. I don't know what that's going to be like. I don't know how I'm going to be able to work that. Maybe I would have to do a room at a time and keep them out of that room. But I'm thinking about I really need to do the trim, the doors. I don't know how I'm going to keep them away from that stuff. So, yeah, that'll be a project for the near future. It's 10:55 a.m. and look at what's going on up here. We have Statler and Waldorf on top of the armoire in the balcony. The window's open a little bit, so they're getting some fresh air. There goes Nancy. She just jumped in the tower. Simba is growling. It's like a siren. Look at Splash. He's telling Nancy she better not try anything. It's 2:45 p.m. and here's Boo, and he's been in his office, and I was just having lunch, sitting at my computer at my desk, which is the dining room table, and I looked out the window and I saw somebody taking a wheelbarrow full of I don't know what and dumping it in the woods. And I was like, that's weird. What are they doing? So I got up to look out the window, and then I saw my landscaper in the yard. And then I said, oh my gosh, maybe they're putting mulch down because why else would they have wheelbarrows? So sure enough, they were putting the mulch down, and it was the same mulch that they used last year, which I don't want them to use this year because last year it smelled so bad for numerous days. It took days to get rid of that horrible mulch smell. Also, because it wasn't the all-natural cedar mulch, it did not help with keeping fleas out of the house. So I don't think it's a coincidence that it was the first year that I did not use all-natural cedar mulch, and it was also the first year that I had fleas inside the house, because cedar mulch is known to repel fleas, and that's one of the reasons for using it. It helps to keep bugs away from the house, especially fleas. So I went outside and I was talking to him and I said, I've been meaning to call you about the mulch, but things have been crazy and I didn't realize you'd be here already. But can you please not put this mulch down? I really need to have the natural cedar mulch. And I told him that I could go and buy it if I needed to do that. But he knew what I was talking about, and he said he could get that for me. So I said, okay, I just really want that mulch instead of the same mulch from last year. And then I explained to him how when I walked into my yard last year, I would get fleas on my legs, and I would take the fleas inside, and that was not good. And that the cedar mulch is known to repel fleas. So fingers crossed, he comes back with the correct mulch. I don't know if they're going to do it today or they're going to do it a different day, but they stopped putting down the mulch from last year. Right now, it's just on this little area here. I'm just really hoping they understood what I was talking about. I tried to be as precise in my description of it as I possibly could. I don't know if they're going to finish it today or another day. Like, that doesn't matter to me because nothing's really growing yet. He says he's going to start mowing in like another week or two. But so far, the lawn looks really good. The yard looks really good. I mean, these landscapers are doing an excellent job. Last year was the first year that I was using them, and it was totally worth it. So much better than taking care of the yard myself because I just don't have time to do that. And much, much better than the previous landscaper who was just completely irresponsible and unprofessional. And I'm just so happy I found these guys. But I really hope that they understand what mulch I was telling them and that they put the right mulch down. Hello, Nancy. How are you, Nancy? You a good girl today, Nancy? Sometimes Nancy is such a sweet girl. And sometimes she turns into a warrior. And I think that even when she tries to ambush Boo or one of the older cats, it's really kind of her way of testing them to make sure that they're not going to attack any of her babies if she's the mom, or any of her siblings if she's just a sister. I think in her mind she figures if I run toward a cat making angry sounds and they don't try to attack me, then my other family members are safe and they're not going to attack my other family members. So she could be testing them like that. Right, Nancy? Right, Nancy? Nancy, are you a good girl? Nancy, are you a good girl? Are you a good girl, Nancy? Look at Simba. I don't know how he lays like that. His back feet are kind of in the air. His paws are stretched out. The two of them are so happy up there. And here's Richard and Ziggy. Ziggy's been relaxing by this window for hours now. She's really happy there. And Richard, I'm surprised he's not with Nancy because the two of them have been inseparable. It's 1 p.m. and here's Boo. He's in his office. Hey, Boo. Here's Stella. She's on a dining room chair sitting next to me. She's helping me work today. Here's Richard. He's in a cat tower. Here's Nancy. She's getting herself comfortable in this cat bed. She's making some biscuits in it. It is the perfect day to just kind of lay in bed all day or to lay on the sofa and watch TV. There's Ziggy. She's saying, "What's going on outside?" The landscapers just left a few minutes ago. And here's Statler and Waldorf in the balcony. This is what the landscapers did today. They put cedar mulch down all around the house, and I am so happy. It smells so good. They also put it back here along the fence line. Oh, look at that. What are those? Oh, those are hyacinths, white hyacinths. And so this is what's going on back here. And it was very nice of them to move all of this stuff over because it was all along the back fence. Some of this I have to go through and throw out. And then here we are in the front of the house, and they put it in all the beds in the front of the house also. It's much quieter if we talk about this inside. For some reason, it is so loud outside today. So what happened was yesterday the landscaper showed up and I saw he was going to use the same mulch as last year. So I had a talk with him and I told him I hadn't had a chance to contact him yet, but could you please use the all natural cedar mulch? So I was very surprised when they came back today to put the new mulch down. I mean, that was really fast. And what he did was he did all the front yard and then he rang the doorbell. And I answered the door and he wanted to show me the front yard and ask me like how much I wanted in the backyard. So I told him what areas to do in the backyard. And he was telling me how good this mulch smells. And I was like, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I always use it, because it's a day and night difference between an all natural cedar mulch and then like whatever the standard mulch is, because it smells so bad, the regular mulch. So I think he was really happy, and he was telling me that he's never had any of his customers ask for it before, and he doesn't know why more people don't want to use it. And I was like, well, maybe people don't know about it, but it's always an option. Like if you go to like a Home Depot or Lowe's or any of the other local nurseries where I've purchased it, it's always an option. I guess people just don't know to look for it. So I am super, super happy now that the mulch is done, the house is painted, everything is on correctly. I don't want to jinx anything, but so far it's been a pretty good week. Right, Boo? Right, Boo? Things are looking better. It's 2:20 p.m. and there's Nancy. Look as she's sleeping. She's so cute. And look at what's going on here. That's somebody's leg. I'm pretty sure it's Ziggy. That's a happy cat. Hello, Richard. It is 7:10 a.m. and there's Simba and Stella. They're still sleeping. We got crazy weather last night. 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up to this loud sound and I was like, what is that? Is it thunder? Because we were only supposed to get rain overnight. Here's Splash. The next thing I know, we got lightning and thunder. It was a crazy, heavy thunderstorm. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard rain coming down that fast and hard. I mean, it was crazy. I honestly thought it was going to wash the paint off the house. When I got up today, I looked out at the garage and I was like, okay, the paint is still on. That's how hard it was raining last night. And considering I just had the house painted like 2 days ago, and for best results the exterior paint is supposed to like not get wet for several days. Yeah, I wasn't happy about last night's rain. Here's Boo. And then to make matters worse, last night I could not get my car started. So after it had started raining, I went outside because I had to move my car because we have like street cleaning days here. And if I don't move my car by a certain time this morning, then I could potentially get a ticket. Well, my car would not start. And I tried starting it a few different times over the course of a few different hours and it would not start. So it is still parked where it could potentially get a ticket. I did put a sign on the dashboard saying that the car won't start. But one of the reasons why I got up early this morning is because I want to get myself dressed and outside and see if I could start it this morning. It's been dry for a couple hours now, so maybe it's a situation where like water's getting in the engine somewhere. I mean, I don't know. I gotta see if I could start the car. If not, then I might potentially get a ticket today. I have until 10 a.m. They could ticket from like 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. So fingers crossed they don't give it a ticket. But if they do, then I have a week to figure out, am I going to get the car fixed? Will it just start up on its own? Because like a month or so ago, I had this issue where the car wouldn't start and then all of a sudden it started again.
and then it wouldn't start, and then it started again. So it was this intermittent issue, and I took it to get it fixed, and it ends up it needed a new engine belt, and there was like an oil leak that was leaking onto the engine belt. That's why sometimes it wouldn't start and sometimes it would. But this is a completely different issue. And just the other day I was thinking, oh wow, the car's running really well again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see what's going on with that. Like, I don't need this. On top of everything this week, I just don't need this. It is 8:20 a.m. and I just got so lucky. So I went outside this morning to try to start the car. It's not starting. And I tried a few different things. It's not starting. I was just walking past the living room. I looked outside and I saw the police car. This is another reason why you always want to keep your curtains open, your blinds open, so you can see what's going on. So when I saw the police car, I was like, is it going to come back around and give me a ticket? Sure enough, they came back around and he was going to park in front of the car. So I went outside and he came out of the car. He was very, very nice. And I told him the situation. I was like, I can't get the car started. I don't know what's wrong with it. And he said, okay, well, I already issued a ticket. Next time this happens, just call ahead, like call the traffic division and let them know that your car's disabled and you can't move it. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know because I've never had the problem before. So he was holding the ticket. He's like, the ticket's already been issued, but I'll call in and I'll cancel it. And I was like, okay, thank you very much. So hopefully I'm not going to get a ticket about that. But yeah, he said, putting a sign on the dashboard is not going to be enough because he's not going to be able to see that. And I definitely have to call in. But at least he let me know what to do and he's going to dismiss the ticket. It is 1:15 p.m. and look at what's going on here. Look at that. It's Ringo on the left, Nancy on the right, and there's Richard. So it's Richard, Ringo, and Nancy. It's a perfect day to just rest and relax. It's been raining, it's gray, it's cloudy, it's just a really tiring day. It's 8:20 a.m. I wanted to show you the three cats by the window, but of course, Simba had to jump down once I turned the camera on. But there's Splash and Stella. Yesterday, we were supposed to have a nice day, and it ended up being cloudy. And then last night, we ended up getting such heavy rains. So now everything outside is soaking wet again. Today is supposed to be nice and sunny, and hopefully tomorrow is supposed to be nice and sunny. And then the rest of the week is going to be more rain, and I'm so sick of this rainy weather. We've been lucky if we get 2 nice days a week. That's it. Every other day has been like cloudy and rainy and just nasty. Here's Boo on his box. He's so funny. Last night, I was sitting on the rug with the cats. I was watching maybe an hour's worth of TV. That's usually like all I watch all week. And he was laying on this box like it was a lounge chair. It was so cute, but I didn't want to get up and disturb him to film it or anything. But yeah, I don't know why he loves these boxes. It is 9:50 a.m. There's a lizard video on the TV behind me. I'm trying to get work done in the other room. And all I hear is growling and howling. Nancy's howling, and Boo is growling. Hey! Stop that! I saw the whole thing. Go downstairs, Nancy. Go downstairs. It seems Boo is guarding his boxes. I just gave him 2 little treats for being a really good boy because he really could have attacked Nancy. I don't think Nancy is any threat to Boo as far as being in a fight. I think Boo is much bigger and much stronger than Nancy is, even though he's older. But don't forget, he still remembers his life as a thug. It's about 2 p.m. It is an absolutely beautiful day. I need to spend at least a half hour outside getting some sunshine. And what I'm doing right now is putting the cat shelter back underneath the house. This has been in the garage, and I'm just going to put it back under the house. It's not accessible, like the doors are shut, but this is the best storage area for it because this is where it belongs. It's 6:05 p.m.
I just walked into the room because I wanted to look out the window. And this is what I saw. That's Simba. That's how he's sleeping in the cat bed on top of the armoire. He's so funny. I guess he's very comfortable. It is 8:51 p.m. and here's Stella, and she wants to eat her dinner. There's Boo, he wants to eat his dinner, and so do Simba and Splash. And I don't think I really filmed anything today because I've been dealing with a work emergency all day and also a car issue. But I'm just about to get ready to feed the cats their dinner. And let me tell you what's going on. Here's Nancy. She doesn't want to go downstairs. She wants to just stay up here in the cat tower. And Richard is under the bed. There's Richard. He's just sitting under there. And he did this yesterday also. He wanted to just sit under the bed until all the other cats ate. Until the OG4 ate. I fed the downstairs cats. And then eventually Richard decides he's going to go downstairs. But the problem is, by the time Richard decides he's going to go downstairs, the door to downstairs is already shut because I don't need all the cats coming upstairs. And it turns into a bit more of like a production to then get him downstairs. He's moving over to the other part of the bed. Here's Boo. Let me tell you what happened when I was downstairs scooping litter boxes. So I went downstairs to scoop litter boxes, and then I got a message on my phone. So I stopped for a little while. I sat down, and then I dealt with the text message I had to deal with. And as I was doing that, I wasn't paying attention to what was going on. The next thing I know, I turn around and Boo is completely downstairs, and he was walking out of the bathroom down there. And the bathroom is where I have all of the litter boxes that I was scooping. So I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Boo's getting really brave, because that's like really the first time that he went down there by himself and not just halfway down the steps. I mean, he went all the way down the steps and he made a right-hand turn and he walked about, I don't know, 8 feet, 10 feet into the bathroom. So I was like, oh wow, Boo, you're really brave. Well, what happened was Goldie was downstairs and she was sitting only a few feet away from me, and she saw Boo. And when she saw Boo, she decided that she was going to ambush Boo. And she was like giving him that look, and he walked up the stairs because he saw it, and he was like looking at her, like getting ready to like hiss and growl and everything. And I've never seen Goldie do something like that. So her tail got all big and puffy, and pretty much all of her fur got all big and puffy. And then she went to the bottom of the steps, and I could tell that she wanted to run up the stairs at Boo, because by this point, Boo was like 2/3 of the way up the stairs, just sitting on a step. And so what I did was I walked in front of Goldie, and I was like 2 steps in front of her. I was like, Goldie, you don't need to do that. So she backed away. And then I thought everything was fine for a while. So then I was like, okay, I'm going to go and finish scooping the litter. I had 2 more litter boxes to scoop downstairs. And I got 1 scooped, and as I was finishing the second one, all of a sudden I heard just 2 cats running around the house. And I said, that has to be Goldie chasing Boo. And sure enough, neither Boo nor Goldie were downstairs anymore. And when I came upstairs, Goldie was up here and Boo was in the dining room. Now, Boo's tail was not all big, so he wasn't feeling like threatened or anything. I think to him it was maybe more of a game. Right, Boo? But that is what happened today. So right now, 5 out of the 7 cats are downstairs. I'm going to just start putting their dinner together, and hopefully Nancy and Richard will take themselves downstairs. It's 11:30 p.m. and Simba is growling at Splash, and he's been making angry cat noises at Splash. Right now he's growling. I don't know what Splash is doing other than sitting there. There's Stella. Boo's in the other room with me. I'm working on my computer. I'm trying to quickly get some work done so I could go to bed. I mean, it's already later than I would like to go to bed. Can you hear Simba? What's going on here? I'm in my greenhouse right now because the window was left open overnight. We got some rain, and I usually like to shut the window when it rains. Look at my Meyer lemon tree. Look at all of these blossoms on it. I've never, ever, ever had so many blossoms on this Meyer lemon. Yes, the leaves are yellowed, but they look like they're getting a little bit greener than they were just a short while ago. But the amount of blossoms is crazy, so I'm hoping that this year I actually get some decent amount of lemons on this. Last year I only got like 2 lemons. The year before that I got maybe like 8 to 10 lemons. So hopefully this year I'll get a good amount. It is 8:20 a.m. Here's Nancy and Ziggy. They look like they just got up. I just went outside to check on my car in the garage because I've been having car problems, and to shut the window on the roof of the greenhouse because it was raining overnight and I forgot to shut it. Okay guys, I'm going to put the lights on for you. I'm going to leave the back door open so they can look out. Looks like the cats left me a present on the floor. It's amazing how they find things. I don't even know what this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know where it came from. It looks like it could be like a plastic leg to something. Like, you know, something you put under a chair leg. But honestly don't know, so I'll just put this aside. But they do a really good job of finding things. I put the black sleeping bag back down here because I slept in it the other night. Or at least I tried to. And look, I looked at it really fast. I was like, is there a cat on it? And sure enough, there's Sammy. She blends into it. It's 11 p.m. and here's Simba. And all the cats have had some playtime. They've had their dinner. They've had some crunchies. And I want to go to bed because I have not gotten enough sleep over the past 2 nights. I've only gotten like 5 hours of sleep each night. And I want to get to bed at a decent hour, meaning before midnight tonight. Except Nancy was howling at the door and she wanted to come upstairs, so I let her upstairs. She's wandering around the house right now. She does this thing where I let her upstairs. She runs through the kitchen, down the hall, except what happened was Boo was in his room and she saw him and he saw her, and the two of them just stared at each other for a while. Not in a malicious way or anything, just like looking at each other. And so then I shut the door, and he's in his room with the door shut, so there's not going to be any issues. Hopefully she'll want to go downstairs soon. But if not, then she's just going to stay up here with Simba, Stella, and Splash. It is 11:30 a.m. I have so much work that I have to get done today. It's absolutely insane. Stella is laying on my chair, which is making it even harder to get any work done because she doesn't want to move. So I moved her chair over and I put a new chair next to her. Then when I sit down on the new chair next to her, she pokes me. And she keeps poking me because she wants pets. And she wants pets. And she wants more pets. So I was like, okay, I'll give you some pets. So I just got up to shut a window because I had the windows open for the cats this morning. And it was getting cold. So I went to shut the window. And I was walking past the living room, and Nancy was sitting on the rug with this toy. So I said, okay, Nancy, you want to play with this toy for a few minutes? And so I started swinging the toy around, and the next thing I know, the other cats show up, like Richard. Here's Nancy right here. And there's Sammy and Ziggy, and of course they all want me to play with them. But they have no idea how many deadlines I have today because it's Friday and it's been a very rough week as far as work emergencies go. And I need to get a lot of stuff done today.
And one of the things on the agenda is not playing with cat toys right now. It's getting to a point where I have to pick up my computer and actually leave the house and go somewhere where I'm not going to be disturbed so I could actually get some work done. Because not only do I have work to do, but I would like to post a video on this channel. I haven't had a vlog video posted in almost 2 weeks at this point. Right, Nancy? It is 3:15 p.m. and here's Stella. She's been sitting next to me as I finish editing a video to post on this channel. And I just finished editing it and we are completely caught up as far as footage goes. Like the last video that I edited into the vlog actually happened this morning. And so I thought I would film the cats one more time, add them to the video, and then post it tonight. So here's Stella. She's been helping me all day. She's either been sitting next to me or been poking me because she wants a lot of pets. Here's Splash, and he's been sleeping on this dining room chair. That's my computer power cable going across the screen right now. It's plugged in on the floor to the left of him. But this is what he does during the day now. He likes to hang out with me and Stella, and he did something very interesting for the first time last night. So it was probably around like 11 p.m. and I laid down on my bed with my iPad. I just wanted to see what went on during the day. You know, I was just scrolling through some news, and Splash jumped on the bed with me and Stella because Stella was on the bed with me. And then I put out my hand and he got pets. That was like the first time ever that I was laying on my bed, Splash jumped onto the bed and then enjoyed getting pets. Like I was giving him pets and he was rolling around on his back. Like he was really enjoying it. Usually he gets afraid whenever I like sit on the bed. If Splash is on the bed and I sit on the bed, he jumps off. If he's on the bed and I lay down on the bed, he jumps off. So for him to jump onto the bed while I'm laying on the bed and then get pets and enjoy the pets, that was really big for Splash. So that was something that was new with him that happened yesterday. I didn't have the camera near me and I didn't want to, freak him out. So I'm just reporting on that now. Here's Boo. Boo's been hanging out in his office today here in his favorite cat tower. And it was so funny because as I was editing the video and I got to the part where he and Nancy got into like a scuffle on the play rug in the living room, he kept looking around like, what's going on? Like he was freaked out by it. So I tried to edit that part as quickly as possible. I probably should have put some headphones on, but I was like, I'll just get through it as quick as I could. He was a little upset by it. Right, Boo? How you doing, Boo? Boo says he's a happy boy. He's a happy boy, right, Boo? Here's Richard. Richard is in this cat tower. He's taking a nap. Oh, Boo just jumped off of the cat tower and followed me over here to the living room. And he just saw Nancy. He ran in here and then he saw Nancy. She's looking at him. Here's Nancy. She's laying in this cat bed. She only has eyes for Boo. And here's Sammy. She's on top of this couch cushion near the window. She looks very comfortable. This morning I vacuumed all of the cushions. I vacuumed the little blanket she's laying on. I vacuumed those curtains as best as I could. And yeah, I just vacuumed everything in the house today. I like to do that every few days, like several times a week. And I hadn't done it in a while. There's Simba. He's on top of the armoire.
Here's Ziggy. She's on the cat tower downstairs. Hello, Ziggy. It's nice and quiet down here. She was having a good time when we had playtime upstairs earlier. I grabbed one of the wand toys and I was swinging it back and forth down the hallway, and she was really enjoying it. Here's Goldie, and she's in this cat tower here. Here's little Eva. She is sitting on this chair in the back room down here. And Ringo is under my bed in the back corner. It's really dark. I don't want to scare him or disrupt him, so he's under there. So that is what the cats are doing today. It is a very cloudy and gray day. This morning it was a little bit drizzly, but not anymore. It seems like it's just going to be dry the rest of the day. But it is just really kind of dull and gloomy outside. But this is the cherry tree in front of my house that has just started to bloom. And it will be really pretty to look at if we get nice weather over the next few days. Sometimes what happens is if we get a lot of rain, all the blossoms just kind of get rained off the tree. But hopefully we'll get some dry weather. I'm trying to get Boo to come downstairs with me. Come on, Boo. Come on. Come on, Boo. Come on down, Boo. Come on. If I open some crunchies, Nancy's going to come flying down here. Come on, Boo. Maybe I'll get some chicken for Boo. I gave him a piece of freeze-dried chicken, and now Goldie's coming. Goldie, you want a piece of chicken? Here. Here. Want a piece of chicken? Here, chicken. Here comes Ziggy. Here you go. One other thing that I should mention is that I've been keeping an eye on the humidity sensors down here. And we are just about at 50% humidity over the past few days. Anything over 50 has the potential for fleas to survive. So it's really important for me to keep an eye on that. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Here you go, Boo. And come downstairs and see your tortie friends. You want to see your tortie sisters, Boo? Come on. He sees them, he just hissed at them. Here, it's me. Okay, everyone knows. Everybody knows. Here you go. Here. Here you go, Boo. Boo. Is he gonna run up the stairs with it? These are like his favorite snack. I threw one at Ziggy. I gave one to Goldie. I just threw one at Goldie and Ziggy. Here, one more. Go ahead. Nobody's down here. He's hissing at them. Now he's growling. Come on. You want this? Look at Goldie. Goldie's all puffed up. Okay, you good? Would you like some more? Don't hiss at me. I'm backing away a little bit to see if he'll come down farther. Look at Goldie. She's walking in slow motion. Who's growling? Cats are so funny when they growl and eat at the same time. Here you go. Go ahead, you'll eat it. I'm protecting you. Ziggy walked over to eat that piece of chicken. Good job, Boo. You're a good boy. Good boy, Boo. Want more? Would you like another piece? That's the same exact thing Simba used to do. Simba used to do that around Boo. When Boo came back in the house and he was being reintegrated with Stella, Splash, and Simba, Simba used to do that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nancy is at the top of the stairs. Good job, Boo. You did a very good job. You want another piece of chicken? Did you eat your chicken, Ziggy? I gave Ziggy a piece and I gave Goldie a piece. Boo, you want another piece? And I gave Boo another piece. And there's Nancy. Ziggy's eating the chicken that I threw over there. I'm surprised Goldie's not eating it because it's like her favorite also. But I think Boo gave her a very strong warning after what she did to him the other day. I just gave Boo another piece. Look at Nancy. Let me go first, Boo. Let me go first. You stay. Move, Nancy. Move, Nancy. Upstairs, please. Upstairs, please. Be a good girl, Nancy. Be a good girl, Nancy. Good job. Good job. You want some treats too? Here. I just gave Nancy a few of the treats, but she walked away from them. Look who it is. It's Ringo. Ringo came out from under the bed and he is going to take a nap here in one of his favorite cat towers. I'm just about to open a piece of mail. I figured I might as well get caught up on everything in this video. He looks so tired. I am here with Ziggy, and it is mail time. We have one piece of mail that we are going to open, right, Ziggy? And then I'm caught up. Okay? You helping me? Okay, you gonna help me? Okay, let's see what we got, Ziggy. You gonna open the package? Here, you wanna open the package? You gonna open the package? No? No? You're just gonna help me though? Alright, let's see what the cat's got. It says, happy birthday to my favorite twins, Simba and Splash. I can't come to the party, but here's something to buy treats for everybody in the Lucky Ferals household from Joe, Enigma26A. Thank you very much, Joe. Ziggy says, thank you very much. She's purring. I don't know if you could hear her. She purrs very lightly, but she's purring. How you doing, Ziggy? And look what we got. It's pretty. Oh, Ziggy's rubbing on it. You gonna rub on this, Ziggy? You gonna help open it? Ziggy said she loves it very much. Are you gonna lay on it? You gonna use it as a pillow? No? Okay, let's try to open it, Ziggy. Isn't that cute, Ziggy? Look. Look, Ziggy. It's a little happy birthday gift card. And it is a gift card to Amazon. Thank you very much, Joe. Enigma26A. Ziggy says thank you. She loves getting presents. Right, Ziggy? What kind of treats are we going to get? What kind of party are we going to have, Ziggy? What kind of party is it going to be, Ziggy? So yesterday, when I was at a local market, I picked up a rotisserie chicken for the cats. They haven't had that in a very long time. So they got that on their dinner as a treat. And I just noticed something about Ziggy that I never saw before, which is actually kind of strange. So here's Ziggy, and there's her tail. Can I get a close-up of her tail? The tip of her tail is like gray and black. So Ziggy's a tortoiseshell cat. So she's like an orange tabby mixed with black, right? So she has black fur. She's like this orange tabby fur. But let's see. I don't know if you could see it. The end of her tail is gray. And she didn't get it in any paint because there is no paint here. Look. So she's typical tortoiseshell colors except for the end of her tail. It's like the last 2 inches of her tail are gray. How did I never see that before? It's really subtle, and I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Okay, stop wiggling your tail, Ziggy. Just let's look at it. Can you see? Stop wiggling it. Stop it. Stop wiggling. Do you see how the color changes? Okay, let's relax. Let's relax. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Do you see the edge of her tail? Look at the end. See the end of her tail? Like the last 2 inches? It's like gray. Here's Nancy. She's settling down for a nap right now. That's Ziggy. I don't know if you could hear her. She's going to walk over. Nancy says, thank you very much for watching. Ziggy says, don't forget to thumbs up the video and subscribe. Right? And she says, have a very nice day until we see you again. Hello, Ringo.